Hey everybody, how's it going? This is back to OutOfOre. It has been about 6 months. February. This was about the last time that I was in this, and we are definitely getting back into this. There have been all kinds of updates, all kinds of interesting stuff going on. So, a bunch of different machines added, a bunch of different mechanics added, UI changes. So we're gonna go ahead and just create a completely new save. So we're not going to do Scandinavia. Forest Quarry might be a nice place to go. The General Quarry, Forest Hills, Forest Flat, Winter. Wow, all kinds of different places to go now. All right, so we're going to go with the Forest Quarry, and we're going to keep a lot of things the same, I guess. We're going to turn that up, and I don't want to have to deal with mental breakdowns. That's hilarious. No breakdowns. I'm looking to have fun with this, so we're going to call this Season 2. Alright. Forest Quarry. I'm going to start with a bunch of money. I'd just like to get into it, so here we go. So it looks like they've added a bunch of things like power, which means coal plants, water, pipes. They've reworked how some conveyors work as well. So we'll go ahead and check that stuff out. And I'm going to have to remember how to use this stuff. Okay, so we're going to go F3 to show. I for the inventory. Cool. So this is a huge overhaul. We've got the same kind of tools, but this is all different. Okay, chat apparently. Wiki, players, vehicles, quests, economics. So, oh wow, look at that. Show how much money we're making over time. All right, store, where we buy all of our stuff as well. Bank. Loans, transfer money around. Alright, so let's go to the store. We're going to go to buildings, and we're going to, first of all, drop one of those. And let's see. Right, and to rotate, it was Shift Z. No, Z. Shift right. Z right. Yeah, whatever. We'll just drop it right there. Alright. So F1 to get the... Okay. No, we're not going to open up that. But we're going to see if we can buy some stuff in the vehicle section. No. Buildings. We're going to need a sell point. So... those. We're going to need fuel station as well. Right. And a loader. What do we want to go with? Do we want to go with the cheap one? Just to start out? We got 370,000. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so let's drop a couple things. Sell point. Rebuild, rebuild. Snap. Right click and rotate the mouse. So we're going to be cutting into the mountain right there probably. So let's dump this thing right about here. Okay, and fuel station doesn't need to be too close, but doesn't need to be too far away either. Right. Also need to get the fast pickaxe. Okay, sell that one. Fast shovel. Sell that one. And there's no fast axe, which is fine. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so now that we've got all of that, we're going to take a look at the map. Alright, let's zoom out. We've got a rescue location set. Cool. Alright. And let's see. What else can we buy? Let's see. Equipment, paint, batteries, tools. Factory stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We got asphalt plant, the bar roller. So that is new. Beam roller's new. Hopper, big. Alright. Oh, that's cool. So we put, this is, I think, new? Or at least how it's being shown is new. Cool. That's awesome. Love it. Big hopper, dual outputs. Ooh, even better. Dual outputs, so we don't have to worry about doing the splitters for the stuff right out of the gate. Got a roller, got a chute, coal plant. There. See, this is going to be something that we're going to need to use apparently. Coal screen. Used to sort out coal, so anything goes in, coal will come out one of these, and then the rest of the stuff will go out a different direction. This is great. I am loving the logic that they're building into this. Oil roller, cone crusher. Crushed rock gives gravel. Cool. And then we've got conveyors. Dump deck. Drive over platform for dumping materials into conveyors. That is amazing. We used to just drive over those things back the last time I was playing this. Froth floater? What? Gravel. Separating out stuff. Okay, tailings and everything else. Water. That's cool. Another way of sorting stuff. Generator fuel. High temp smelter. So it looks like we've got ores in, melted out, and that looks like we got pipes involved now. Another hopper. Any in, any out. Crusher. Left. Liquid tank. Any fluid in or out. Cool. Merger, metal sorter. So any material, iron and aluminum, will head out one way and everything else goes out the other way. Cool. Offsets. Ooh, that's interesting. Cool. Oil pump. Ooh, look at that. Oil refinery. Crude, regular, and fuel go in, and that's out. Oil, fuel, generator fuel. Okay, so there's different types of fuels that we need to pay attention to. Mergers, offsets, splitters, and then pipes. Here we go. Pipes. Power cables. Oh boy. All right, power generator. So these power generators, max cable connections are 1. Power generator consumes fuel. Okay. Consumes fuel. Cool. Power input 10x speed. Power input for the conveyor line. Length 2 meters. Height. Conveyor speed 30. Connection efficiency. Interesting. Okay. Speed 1, speed 2, speed 3, speed 5. Pylons for the connections. Roller, shaker screen, sluice box. Sluice box. Very nice. Okay, so used to collect finer ore from pay dirt. Water or unfiltered water goes in and dirt comes out. Okay, so that must just chew up and eat the water. Interesting. A shaker screen. Coal, blasted rock, and then all of this other stuff goes out in a different direction. Cool. Solar panels. Oh, that's cool. All right, so we don't even have to like use the generators out of the gate. We can just go in with solar panels. Obviously, they only run a certain amount of power at once. Storage, any material in or out. Cool. Is that pipes? Or, nope, conveyor. It is a conveyor. Okay. Trommels. Dirt and pay dirt goes out, and then all of this stuff goes out the other direction. Wall-mounted lights. Cool. A wash plant. Cool. Water pump. Okay, we're definitely going to need that. A water refinery. Unfiltered. Regular. Okay. Wind turbine. Again, we'll probably be able to use those soon, but let us just get at it. Alright, so we're going to have to get back into these controls. Right. First of all, that is way too loud. So we're going to take engine volume, drop it down a little bit more. That's better. Alright, so shift up, down, left, and right. Okay. And then I need to change my camera angle. So focus, follow, free driver, focus driver, in cab, focused in cab, follow. Let's go in a little bit, parking brake. Yeah, spinny light. Alright. Ooh, there is one more thing that has been added to this, which is... Ooh, oh, that's cool. Looks like you can just start doing stuff right in here. Oh, you see what's in it currently. Okay, that's cool. Nice. So you don't have to do something different. Right, that sensitivity needs to also go down. So we're going to go to camera. Really? They separate each one of these out? Okay. First person I don't use. Camera zoom. Zoom in and out. Switch camera. Camera. Okay. Actually, that's right. Drones. Forgot that that was a thing. All right, so let's go back out. Let's go to the store because that's cool. I love these drones. They're awesome. Let's go leave that. And I wanted equipment and tools. Metal analyzer. So this is a new tool that they added. And never use the light. That there. Get out of there. This. Let's throw this thing up in the air. Okay, so if I... How do I do the vehicle swapping again? There's an easy way of bouncing between vehicles, right? Tab vehicles, single player only. Oh, okay, so it's just tab. Nope. Guess it's not. Vehicles. Tab vehicles. Press any key. Press to assign a key combo. Tab. Okay. Camera remote trigger. Let me just drive it like this. Okay, so I'm going. It's forward. If W is up. Okay. So we're going to set this thing so I can get a cool time-lapse video. Something like that. So, escape again. Okay, so remote trigger is R. Camera to switch to camera. I am going to time between frames 5 seconds. Cached frames 1000. Portrait no. Remote trigger yes. No. No. Just want that one. And so, cool. Now we are going to vehicles. Okay, enter, interact, stop, exit. So if I hit E, I exit. Okay, auto saves. Good. All right. So it's still showing that the recording is active. Interesting. Recording stopped. Recording started. Don't know if I like having that showing up. Let's see, what else do we have for options in here? Flying. Oh, okay. Camera. You know what? Maybe we won't start that recording yet. So I'm going to go back into the drone. That. Stop. Clear that. I think that thing is stuck on the screen now. That's fantastic. It totally is. Oh well, it's a bug. Whatever. Let us take a look at what we got going on. So, oh, that's right. I wanted to use this real quick and show you guys how that worked. So you come over here and let's take a look at this. So you just click, and that's coal. Cool. That's just regular dirt. Regular dirt. Ooh, here we go. Hey, dirt. There we go. Nice. Maybe I want to move that. Ooh, lithium. That is actually amazing. So let us go here. And we're going to move this. Right here. Cool. All right, let's get back to it. Let's definitely... what do we want to do? I mean, we have 200,000. Do we want to... Dirt right here. Interesting. Okay. You know what? Let's just get used to the driving again and moving this thing. So let's go over here. So apparently they also changed dirt physics as well. We'll see how that works. Dang, I wasn't even watching to see how much money we were getting out of that. So let's see what half a bucket of just regular dirt looks like going in. We're at 249.6. $500. Okay, so that dirt is definitely not worth selling. So if we go over here and grab some of this hay dirt, dig down just a little bit, because that's where the pay dirt is, just like this. There we go, about 2,000. Okay, so that's great to know as well. Now, I'm definitely not going to do anything with that lithium because that I want to get refined down. So, do we want to just start clearing out some trees and start building a plant? Or do we want to just keep going with digging? Kind of want to... I want to do something with the new equipment. This is still way too fast. It's better. A little bit slower. So I'm thinking that I'm going to build right off in this direction, maybe? Eventually? Maybe not out of the gate right now. Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely go out in this direction. Right. So why don't we take a look at the store? Okay, so we are going to need conveyors. Big hopper. So we're going to take any material in. These don't need to be up there right now. Going to take a big hopper and just see what we got next. So we're going to want... After that, we're going to want full screen. No. Shaker, trommel. What we got? Okay, so dirt and pay dirt will get sorted out in the trommel. Pay dirt goes into that. I'm going to need something to separate out the pay dirt from the dirt, though. Sluice, dirt, pay dirt comes in. Cold screen, but it's fine. Crusher, metal sorter. Any material, iron comes out. Okay, so shaker screen, any material. Okay, that's not what I want either. Put those down yet. I don't know how much I'm going to do with this, but it'll be something that we have at least. In case we want to make some stuff. Let's see. Glass, that's right. Keep the lights on. Alright, so let's do a big hopper. It's out in that direction. Okay. Maybe we'll do this a little bit differently. We'll put this right here. Take this. Put this. Here. Okay, so after that, we'll do one of these. We'll do one of these as well. Sluice box, we'll collect this stuff. Do need water for that as well, though. Yep, take a sluice box. Wash plant. Okay, pay dirt comes in, dirt, gold ore, diamond ore, ruby, silicone. Okay, so that should probably go in before the sluice box. Maybe. Definitely gonna need one of these. Okay. Screen, alright. And that's right, this stuff does go underground when you build it. Actually, in that case, do I want to grab a conveyor that goes up? Elevator, that's too high. Don't need to go that high. Oh, four. Yeah, let's grab one of those. Okay. And that's there. Okay. So that will then be, let's take a look. So after we have the whole screen, okay, comes back out. in the direction that it came with the coal. And then everything else goes out the front side. So this underneath here is where the coal is going to come out, and then out the top over here is everything else. Okay. So I could put these to come out and go left. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe we build this differently at some point, but right now, I don't know if I like the idea of having it floating. So let's see. I'm going to need to hook this thing up to power eventually anyway, so let's take a look at the power situation. So store power. Don't have any of that, so we're going to want initially, let's just start out with one of these. So this only does 300, so I don't need anything that does too much power. Let's start with one of those. Actually, these. Input for the conveyor line. Okay. So this right there. Cool. Nice. Okay. Do that later. We need cables. Five. So how does this work? Specific point that I need to connect this to? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so we're back into power. Power generator, power input. Power input for conveyor line. Let's see how this thing works. Hmm. Oh, that's cool. Alright. So, let's grab some of this stuff real quick and take a look. So, we got coal over here. We're learning, we're learning. Alright. Nice, look at that go. Let's see. And then it's just, for right now, throwing it right out the back end. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so we got dirt heading out, and then... more dirt. Okay. Let's go with first person from now on. Honestly, that's probably the better way of going about this anyway. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Let's level this out, make it look pretty again. Okay, well, that's interesting. Saying that there was coal in there, but maybe there wasn't. Or maybe I just didn't grab enough of it. No, it's showing there. Okay. Let's take a look. We can dig this down a little bit. What we'll do is we'll throw a right angle in there and have it come out this way, and we'll put it into storage. Just keep digging, just keep digging. That's right, we had a left, so let's go here, conveyors, and right. Buy one of those. Oh, that's right. It comes way out. Okay. If we just had a single, does that... No, it's not going to catch it. I don't believe so, at least. Let's take a look. So it snaps there. No, I didn't build on the grid. That's right. Maybe if I... Oh, I know what I can do with this. Okay, ready? Watch this. We're going to take that. We're going to take this. We're going to take this. And we're going to put the straight... You know what? Let's buy... Honestly, at this point, we're just screwing around. If this ends up being a lot of wasted time and money, then that's fine with me, honestly. Go back to here. I'm going to hit that. Right, straight, 4 meter. Okay. And I'm going to go back into the inventory. I'm going to grab coal screen. The dirt can come down here. This, that. Screen like that. Right. Nice. So that's going to grab all of that and send it this way. And then we're going to grab production. Storage, right. Okay. So, does the material really need to go in through the top? Don't tell me that that's how that needs to go. Please don't. Actually, how tall is that thing? Two meters tall. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what this thing looks like. Oh. Okay. And then that probably means that we are over power. Okay, so we're going to go back to the store. We're going to grab power. And we're going to grab just a little bit more. Another one of those. 6. Like that. All right. Bring that up there. Put this on. That thing's on. There we go. Okay. That runs everything, and that will end up holding all of the coal that we get. So let's try this again. Should I? Probably should. Let's set up. So we're coming out of the coal screen is going to be dirt, pay dirt, blasted rock, all of this stuff. So I probably want anything in to separate the pay dirt and this stuff. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Alright, and that does go in that direction, so take that away. I want to go left this direction with it. No, I don't. Let's dig down here. Definitely a lot of stuff added, so this is definitely going to be a learning opportunity for me right now with this save. Probably just going to mess around with a little bit. Maybe we'll kind of restart the save after I figure out how this all works. Obviously it was a lot more cut and dry when I was playing back in February. Let's see. Oh, got some aluminum. Cool. So let's go down here. Go out one more. There. If I go left. Okay. Left can go there, and then go to the store, conveyors, right. Not what I wanted. Left. Dig a little bit more of this out so we can actually see what we got going on. Nice. Alright. Then looking on this side, we're going to clean this up a little bit. So everything else comes out of the trommel. All of that stuff comes out of the trommel. So I want a sluice box. Or do I want a wash plant? Hey, dirt. Hey, dirt. Metal sorter. What's that do? Metal sorter takes iron, aluminum. Okay. Metal sorter, coal screen, beam roller. Baker. Dirt and pay dirt come out in that direction. So if dirt and pay dirt both come out the same thing, and I can only take pay dirt here, what happens to the dirt? Does it just keep on going out? You know what? That just needs to be something we figure out. Let's just put it together and see. Okay, so I want metal sorter first, I think. Factory, metal sorter, metal sorter. Everything else, iron and aluminum. Okay, that's good. Take that stuff out initially. Sort out finer ore from pay dirt. Collect ore from pay dirt. Okay. So we'll do that, and then that, and then we'll also need to do the water pump. So wash plant, then sluice box. What? Like that, like this, store, conveyors. We're gonna go up. This. 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 I wonder if I'm going to need to have... I'm going to need a splitter, definitely. Two rights. It's not. Actually, no, that's fine. I'll just do a right. Do a right. Splitter. I wonder, okay, so that's actually going to need to be built on a grid. Oof. Okay. Honestly, let's turn all of this off so I can hear myself think. Nice. So we're going to need a grid to build off of. Gonna grab grab 25 of those. So let's see. Get built. Out. Like this. We put that there, and then to need a left pipe. That has to tee out in a stupid direction, doesn't it? Okay, that's just the logic behind the machine. Okay, so I need this to actually come out one more. Like this. Left. Let's see. Straight 2 meter. Now we're going to go like that, and then we're going to go with this. Okay, there we go. And I need a right and a left. And I don't know how many straights I'm going to need, so... What do I have for down options? Down by 4. Let's see if this is gonna work. Look at that. It's like I have an idea of what I'm doing here. Alright, so... Does that just power everything? Like right from the beginning? All the way through? Right, let's see. Store, power. Reduction. Water pump takes 100. Okay, so if I just add another one of these, we should be good. Hopefully. Let's see. Unit load 613. I'm 13 over. Okay, so last one. Should have grabbed the other one. That's too bad. One, two, three. Oh, I haven't turned them on. Haha. Probably help if I turned them on. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Nice. Oh, that's going to be spitting that out right there. I haven't even... didn't do anything with this. That's too bad. Ooh, bunch of coal in there. All right. Nice. So, that did spit it out over here. Okay. So, that's awesome. We'll be able to start collecting coal to be used in the power plants, and we'll be that process started in a little bit as well. Alright, so the trommel is doing what? Dirt and pay dirt come out that way, and all of this stuff comes out the other way. Out of the metal sorter. Iron and aluminum, and then everything else. So, we need left. Was wondering if there was anything in there. Doesn't look like it though. Probably just because I didn't have anything that was actually worth or make it down to that section. Maybe my next scoop will be from that pay dirt. Excuse me. What do we have in here? Factory. This is the only storage that we have those tall. pay dirt and end up there. Iron, metal sorter, and then this. All right. Alright, let's try this stuff and see how this goes. All kinds of pay dirt coming out this way. Alright, that's good to see. Good to see. Let's take some of that. And put that there. No? So I can't just put that stuff in there. So it is going to sort out the gold, silver, and aluminum and stuff and send that in that direction out the front. But dirt and pay dirt is going to go out that way anyway as well. So when we end up getting some just straight up gold ore, that's when that's probably going to... What happens in that with all, like, the... Okay, so lithium, silicon, all that stuff heads out that direction. And if it goes next into the metal sorter, only the iron and the aluminum come out. So... okay, so I would need it to go next into this. Again, it's sorting all of this stuff out. That makes that a little bit more complicated. How do you end up making sure that you're collecting everything in a logical manner? Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do some research into that and see what other people are doing. Goes right, and then we go here, power, coal plant, 3600. Okay, so why don't I do this? Turn that off, and going to move cables, take all of this stuff down. I'm going to put this in a different spot because clearly we're going to be going in this direction a lot more than I had thought previously. And honestly, I can sell some of this stuff as well. Don't need... We don't need two of those. Okay. Go in here. We'll buy that. Nice. To here, that, to there. Okay. Okay, so how long does it take to burn through 10? Ooh. So it's just running stable now, and if I turn that on, does it burn through more? So it's just burning like a little bit every minute. Okay. Grab some more of this and see what happens. See if it needs to be like re-triggered to send. Hopefully I make it there before the coal runs out so I don't have to do it again. I'm gonna have to check that out. I wonder if it's... What if this thing doesn't like having the storage in the beginning part of it? Let's see. So if I put that there, what happens? Okay. Move that there. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. So what is this out about? How does the out work? Any material in, any material out. Use to store resources. Let's check the wiki. Let's do it. Buildings, structures. There's nothing there. Okay. Beginner's guide. There's nothing there. This is a work in progress. Okay, so it looks like the wiki is definitely still in a work in progress stage. So I'll have to look at that later then. But this is pretty cool. Coming out of these out of the trommel. It's all of this stuff, but I'm also going to have this, which means that I'm probably going to want hay dirt. Interesting. Consume, consume, consume. Okay. Actually, so let me put this and that and consume. This. One. This. One. This up. This out. It's down here. Aluminum's being sent out. And it's ending up there. Okay. But this does not have a consume option or anything with it, so that's fine. Cool. Roll that off, and let's see. Let's the dirt and that dirt, and then we're going to come down here. Honestly, I think it would actually be best we did something a little bit different. Go up. That. To collect, actually, let me put this here. Okay. So that that catches everything there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, because the only thing coming out of the back end of that should be the dirt. If I place this correctly. That be dirt only coming out of the sluice box. Okay. Now need dirt. Ooh, alright, alright. And got money going in. Dirt. Still coming out. Dirt. Coming out. That's going to take a minute. So... let's see. I guess that it didn't do what I was expecting it to do. Because I put pay dirt in. Probably should grab another storage container, and I'm gonna put that at the end of this thing. And we're gonna grab some more pay dirt, and we're gonna run this again. Now that we've got enough coal as well, that'll run for a while. Don't have to worry about that too much. Wait for that to finish. Blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 3. Turn it over. Okay. Okay, so it does dump it out the end. Okay. Thought it collected it. Alright, well... so far, I think I've got a good amount of that stuff set up so that I could run it for a while, but don't think we're going to do that yet. We're going to just turn this off and let's see. So if we have Hmm. Metal sorter, no. Mix gravel in. Okay, go on. Gravel. Hmm. I just went like this. I wonder if I just lost all that fucking. Yeah, I probably did. Damn. Okay, that's fine. Hmm. Okay. It's a lot better now. Wow, leveled up. Yay. Service technician. That's hilarious. Oh. Dirt, dirt, regular dirt, 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 dirt. That dirt. This. There. This dirt. I guess you just have to sell it like this. Sell. So, sell those. This. Back. So one of those. Oh. Pull this stuff out. play in the normal mode now, so we're gonna go. That stuff run for a minute. Sorry guys, wife just messaged me. Let's take a look at this. Gold, 1,000. Aluminum, 2,000. Diamonds, another 500. Rubies, 900. Nice. $22,000. Cool. Let those run. Alright, you know what? It is time to dig a little bit more. Let's run some stuff. Wrong button. Get rid of that thing. There we go. Getting my arms back now. You know, the gaming arms that... Ooh, gotta turn that on, that's right. On. On. Come on, climb out of there. Nice. Didn't back up far enough. Alright, let's go. Let's rotate and get a different angle at this. Very nice, very nice. Alright. Okay. Now, let's sell all of that. Another 900, 300, and 2400. Very nice. All this stuff is empty. That's empty. That's empty. Let's see. How is this thing running? Okay. Interested to see how that works. How to feed that so that it always stays full. Dirt doesn't need to go anywhere. Okay. Grab that. Silicon and gold. Right. Lithium. That's crazy. Iron, gold, aluminum, aluminum, aluminum. Interesting, okay. Alright, let's see. How does this stuff work? Go. Bunch of iron coming in. Cool. Alright, so this is a metal sorter. So the metal sorter is going to... everything else, iron and aluminum. Okay. So if there was anything... Why is there dirt ending up here? That's weird. I don't know why there's dirt ending up there. Am I not going far enough in? Lines of iron. Nothing else is ending up over there yet. No need for this to be here, honestly. Why am I stuttering? Settings. Graphics. Shadows. Oh, let's turn that down. Full screen. HUD. Hidden field of view. Let's see. Save. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, let's go back down to, let's put it at like 125. Save. Still needs to go lower. 1. Okay. $15,000, nice. 3,000, 4,000. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. All right. Let's see. High temp smelter, iron, aluminum, silicon. Smelter, iron, copper, silver, gold, platinum, lithium. So coming out of the metal sorter is only iron and aluminum. Okay, so technically I could go from that go straight into Asphalt takes that. Bar roller. Okay. Makes it into ingots. Okay, so the bar roller comes after the smelter. Okay, so I'm gonna go left. There's elevators. Down. Storage. How much of a load we got? Grid load 887. Okay, so if I go to store and production, I look at the smelter, 102. Okay, so that is Wow, wild. Okay. Alright, so if I am going to be going into a smelter, what happens to dirt? Do I need to have... I guess I'd have to have another one of these after? Because there's nothing that's going to get rid of just the dirt. It's going to take all the coal, and then it goes into the trommel. After the trommel, everything else goes that way. So it has to be... So there has to be a trommel after all of this again. Okay. Well, I'm going to call it for today, and thanks for watching, and if you want to see more, obviously like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a great night.